Hey guys, Aiden here back with another video, and today we are doing a story time. And this story time is actually pretty complex when you think about it. This was the first time and hopefully last time I've ever been in the principal's office. And so it was recess time. Most of these conflicts usually happen at recess. So it's recess time, and we go outside and play. And I was getting into baseball. I'm into baseball now, but I wasn't into in fourth grade. Yeah, fourth grade was when this happened. I wasn't in baseball, so I wanted to get into baseball though. So I go over to the kids actually playing baseball out in the field, and I'm like, "Hey, can I join?" And then they're like, "Yeah, you're second base." Now I didn't know terms for baseball, so I thought second place was first. First, yeah, I thought second was first. Uh, second was third, and third was fourth, and home was home. So I go over to the first base, and I'm like, uh, um, I'm just gonna call him Daniel. Daniel's like, okay, go over to second base, and I'm like, oh yeah, Daniel told me to come over here. And I'm not sure why he told me to come over here because I'm supposed to be second base and you're here. And he's like, second base is over there. And I'm like, no, it's not. It's over here. And I could tell he's getting a bit mad. And he's like, no, first base is here. Second base is over there. And like, but I thought there were supposed to be four bases plus home. It's like, well, there are four bases, but the fourth base is home. And I'm like, no, it's not. And the kid, I'm just gonna call him Australia. Why not? Because he sounds like London, but I'm just gonna call him Australia. So Australia says to me, he just brought in a baseball glove that his aunt got him, and he has it in his. He has it. He's like not holding it, but he's not. He's kind of holding it, but his hand's in the glove, and he goes and he's like, he's getting like really mad now. He says, no, second base is over there. This is first base. And I'm like, no, it's not. And honestly, I was in the wrong here so much. And then I'm like, no, you're in the wrong place. And then he gets really mad at me. And I could see him raise his glove, and I'm not thinking of any of it. I'm thinking he's just repositioning it because I used to play t-ball, and I knew that the glove got really uncomfortable, so I thought it was just him being really uncomfortable. So I didn't think any of it. So I'm like, well, first base is over. First base is right here. I said second base is over here. First place is home. And I could see him raise his glove, and he hits me in the face. Now, actually, Australia is a really nice kid, but I wasn't expecting this because he'd been really nice to me. So I'm like, I didn't expect it. He swings a leather glove at me, and then I grab his shirt and throw him on the ground. And right as I'm about to actually go ham on this kid, he hits me again with the glove. And I'm pretty young at this scenario, so when I get hit, I'm about to cry, I'm in tears. So when I get hit the second time, I look at him and I just smack him. And then I run away because I know I'm going to get in trouble now because I just caused physical violence. So, I run away and then, I talk to Elle, who is on my channel, so you know who Elle is. Anyway, so I talked to Elle, and we've had this thing since like first grade, where we give each other really good advice, so we always go to each other for advice. And she was about to play the baseball in the baseball group, and she sees that I'm like in tears, and she's like, "What's wrong, Aiden?" And I'm like, I need advice. And then I start breaking down in tears. And then she's like, "What happened?" And I'm like, Australia. And she walks over to Dan, or whatever I called him. She walks over to Dan, takes the bat out of his hand, walks over to Australia, and like he's on the ground still from where I threw him, right? So she walks over to him, carrying this wiffle ball bat, because we're not allowed to have real baseball bats. She carries this wiffle ball bat all the way over, and she literally goes, like, she's about to hit him. And then she's like, "Why did you do that to Aiden?" And he's like, because, and he can't, like, I'm off, like, in the corner, because I know I'm gonna get in trouble, and I know he's gonna get in trouble too. But I know I'm mostly going to get in trouble because I caused it. Anyways, so so I'm off in the field. And the kid that usually annoys me, I'm not going to say his name because he actually does watch my videos. But he was really annoying at this time. So I'm just going to call him Play-Doh. Yeah, I'm just going to call him Play-Doh. I don't know why, but I will. So, Play-Doh walks over to me, and he's like, "Aiden, what's wrong?" And I'm like, "Nothing." Because, I didn't, he was, like, when he would hit, like, one time it was snowing out, and he was moving his legs, like, front, like, you know that thing that you do when you're bored and you just, like, move your legs forward and backwards? He was doing that, and he had boots on, and I was climbing up the hill, and he kicked me. So then, like, I smacked him, and it gave him a bloody nose. So, anyways, that's not relevant to the story yet. Anyways, so he walks over, he's like, "Aiden, what's wrong?" And I'm like, "Nothing," because I'm trying to look all tough for him. And then I see the teachers come over, and I'm like, "Oh crap! I'm gonna die. I'm gonna get busted so badly that I'm literally going down. I'm gonna be in the ground. I'm dead." And then she's like, "What happened?" And I'm like, it's a long story. So she takes both of us in, and she's like, "Okay, Mr. Yeah, I'll just use his real name because it's not his full name. She's like, "Mr. Thomas will be seeing you now." And I'm like, "I'm going to the principal's office. I'm dead. I'm screwed. I'm gonna die." And so we go into his office, and his office had just had a renovation. He changed it from one room to the next. So we accidentally walk into the secretary's room, and we're like, "Oops, sorry." So we walk over to Mr. Thomas's room, and he's sitting at the desk, and he has like his hands folded, like something you would see an evil person from like a superhero movie. He has his hands folded, and he's sitting there all menacingly, and I'm like, "Oh gosh." And he's like, "Sit down." And I'm like, "Oh no, I'm dead. And he's like, "What happened?" And Landon tells the story from his perspective and I tell my story, and it's matching up. And then he says who threw the fist first. And I say that Australia did, because Australia did throw the first punch. And then Australia was like, Aiden started it, but he didn't hit me first. He was just getting me really angry. And I'm like, I didn't get you angry. I just got confused. And then we're about to like brawl in the teacher's office. And he's like, calm down, you two. And we're like, and we stop immediately. We're like, oh, we're gonna die. And Mr. Thomas is like, I have to go print off some papers. So I'm gonna give you two notebook papers. And if there's not a full story of what happened written on it, then both of you are going to stay in here for the rest of the day. And I'm like, I'm not staying in here. So I write like an entire like Harry Potter book. And it's like how sorry I am and what happened and like how dim-witted I was. And like I'm trying to use big boy words like dim-witted and idiotic and stuff like that. Of how I was acting. And then finally, Australia starts crying because he knows that he's getting in trouble. Because I am a pretty good student. So, the teachers usually take my side of things when I don't even try. So, Landon knows, not Landon. Well, that's his real name. But who cares? Anyways, Australia's like, oh, they always take Aiden's side. I'm gonna get my parents called on me. And I'm done with my Harry Potter book, and he hasn't even started. And I'm like, oh gosh, he's going to like jail. And then Mr. Thomas comes back, and I give him my piece of paper. Australia writes down part of, like, a little story. Well, not story, but a little bit of what happens. He left me out of punching him and throwing him onto the ground. And we both give him the story. And we both match up, so he's like, oh yeah, that's fine. And so we go on our way, and then Elle gets called out of the room, and I'm like, oh no, Elle's getting a part of this too. And like after a few minutes, Elle comes back, and she's not looking too happy, but she's not looking too upset either. So it was like free time where we didn't have to do anything. We were just waiting for other people to get done with their work. It was after math class. Anyway, so we were waiting there, and she said, oh yeah, I got in trouble too. And I'm like, oh, I'm so sorry. And she's like, oh no, it wasn't that bad. I told them that I was just defending you, and they let me off. And I also told them that I didn't hit him, which I didn't. And I'm like, oh, that's good. And that's pretty much the end of the story. My parents didn't get called or anything. Honestly, I don't even think they know about the incident. I really hope they don't. And I really hope they're not watching this video right now, because I'm literally going to get in so much trouble. But, I wasn't really the one that started it. I was just defending myself. Anyways, guys, that's the end of this video. Well, this really hard story. Like, subscribe, comment, share, and favorite the video. And if you want to see more story times, like, subscribe. Well, mostly like the video, so I know that you like these. Anyways, bye!